Thank you for joining us for the Northwest Local School Board meeting on October 5th. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Chris, can you take roll call, please?
Mr. Gilbert.
Here.
Mr. Detzel.
Here.
Mr. Teetsort.
Here.
Mrs. Detzel. Here. Mr. Yoshimura.
Here.
Next, we move into 8.1. Is there any legislative updates, Matt?
I don't have anything new to report at this time.
Okay. Todd, do you have anything?
No. Pretty quiet out there right now.
And Jim, any updates from Butler Tech?
Just that everything is going pretty smoothly and no problems. And our all boards meeting that was scheduled for the 29th has been canceled. But other than that, yeah, everything's going good.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir. Next, are there any reports from any employee organizations?
There was not.
Okay. And how about community comments, Todd?
We did not receive any community questions or comments.
Great. Okay, that moves us to 11.1, the adoption of superintendent consent items.
Yes, for the adoption of the superintendent consent items, I want to bring to your attention personnel items and the approval of the special education handbook. This is an approval of the handbook. It was presented as information last time. At this time, I'd like to invite Daryl Yater to speak about what's on the HR list besides our usual resignations and retirements. We also have now interviewed and put in place the approval of our diversity leadership team. So Daryl, would you like to make a couple comments on that, please?
Sure. So based on our strategic plan, we have a student achievement as one of our areas, and the Student Achievement Committee formed a literacy leadership team last year, and it was a paid stipend position where teachers were able to form a committee to be able to work together to learn, grow, and then provide professional development to the rest of the district to move that forward. And we're replicating that with the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee of our strategic plan. We've been able to put together a committee of certified and classified staff members who will be part of the diversity leadership team, who will learn, grow, and then implement PD next year to move the tenets of the strategic plan forward.
Okay.
So the superintendent recommends the Board of Education approve the adoption of the superintendent's consent items as listed.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Are there any questions or comments? Somebody's calling in with a question.
They are.
Okay, that vote passes 5-0. Thank you, Daryl. Thanks, Todd.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that moves us to 12.1, adoption of fiscal consent items.
So for the fiscal consent items, I would like to ask the board to dispense with reading of and approve the September 21st meeting minutes that were in your packet as listed.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any questions? That motion passes 5-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy. And then that moves us into superintendent updates.
Yes, thank you. Still, I'm reporting that cohorting is going very well for the Northwest Local School District. I have had some emails from parents, not that they wanted to be on the board agenda, but just questioning the recent change and moving to red in Hamilton County. During our meeting on Friday, the Hamilton County Health Commissioner, Greg Kesterman, was not too concerned. The metrics that he's using that's showing ages 5 to 18 are seeing no increase in cases. He's very pleased with that. He also is seeing better success with 18 to 24-year-olds. So they were up to as high as 24%, and they're now back down to around 10%. So they're reducing the amount, and that's our college students as we go. But the one thing that I did want to bring to everybody's attention is the importance of cohorting. So what I did is we're in leagues. The Coleraine High School is in a GMC league, and Northwest is in the SWAC league. So wanted to compare what we're doing to some other school districts. So I compared two of them that are similar in size. One is going to school every day and changing bells and changing 4 bells a day. And to date, they've had 534 quarantines with changing bells and students not staying in cohorts. We have another district similar in size who is only going 2 days a week. And even then, they've had 76 quarantined going 2 days a week. For us, we're currently at 26, but please understand that 19 of the 26 were from one class. And that was more of a safety precaution than anything else. So really, because of the cohorting at Northwest, we're roughly at 7 to 10 from the start of the school year. So 534 for somebody changing bells every day to only 2 days a week of a hybrid model, 76, and we're basically from 7 to 10. So what it is providing safety for us. But that's not to say the minute we talk about it, that a school could not be affected. There's a lot of things we can control. We cannot control what happens outside of school. So as students go home and staff go home and they see friends and other folks, they take the chance of contracting the disease, COVID, or they take the chance of not contracting it, but being quarantined because they're considered a close contact. So we continue to update our tracker, but we do have a couple schools we're keeping our eye on. Basically, if we have to close down any school, it will be for a lack of staffing, but it will not be because of the protocols that we have put in place that are taking very good safety precautions for our students and our staff. And over the past couple of weeks, several principals and myself have gotten calls or emails about thanking us for the safety protocols that the board has allowed us to put in place. And I think that's due to all of our efforts working together, the board allowing us to work and then putting what we thought was the appropriate way to return to school and you supporting our decision. So that's greatly appreciated. So not much other change besides that. The one thing about the red, one of the emails this week was, if we stay in red, will we continue to go to school? We fully intend to stay in school if we go to red. I track zip codes along with my administrative team, and it's not me, it's Daryl, it's Kiva, it's Chris. It's all of us working with the Hamilton County Health Department and getting the numbers put into our metrics. But we can pull up the zip codes, like I've said before, for each of our schools, and we can see the number of cases for ages 5 through 18. And I don't know what you attribute it to. I know the number one thing I attribute it to is mask, but our parents are doing a very good job keeping their children safe and making sure they're not getting involved with too many others where the chance of COVID can spread with the more interactions you have. So I applaud our parents, our students, and our staff. It's a very difficult time and the holidays are coming up. I don't see things changing there too. We expect to go to school. And like I said, I fully feel that we can continue to go to school during red because we're in a cohort model. And I think it's a very safe model for us. And if I had to speak today, October the 5th, I'd say that I think we can go the entire school year without shutting down for remote learning. But the minute I say that, we all know what can happen. But I really feel good about what our staff is doing and what we're doing to make the changes we need to adjust as we hear about things. So orange or red, we'll work with Greg Kesterman. We're keeping our page updated. We're doing cumulative stats. And as you look at those, you can see there's not many COVID cases within our district. But understand, if you see positive COVID test or if you see quarantines, it doesn't always mean that's school related. It could be because of outside things that are done outside of school. So I think our school buildings and our classrooms are very safe. Staff are doing a tremendous job of the mask, giving the mask break, keeping the distancing in the hallways and in the classroom. So I couldn't be more pleased. So that's all I have for this week. I'll take any questions any of you might have.
Todd, can I ask a question about transportation? What's going on with that?
Transportation is doing very well. It is the one department where if you start to have a high amount of positive tests or quarantines, it could affect routes and that. But our supervisors are working well with our bus drivers. Our bus drivers are, they're not only coming to work and doing the right things, they're taking care of themselves outside of work. And that's where COVID will get the majority of us because of the more interactions you have, but they're doing a great job. And things seem to be going well. Same with food service, same with our teachers, same with our classified employees, same with our secretaries. And we are not allowing guests in building unless it's for a situation where the administrators need to talk to the parents. And that's working out well too. We've kept the lines of communication open and stayed transparent. So it's going well.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right. That moves us into the appointment of a delegate and an alternate for the annual business meeting.
You
I would
mean
like
at
to
the
know-
USBA,
Sorry, what's that, Jim?
at the Ohio School Boards Association meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be virtual on October 29th this year. And I would like to nominate Matt Teetsort for the delegate if he is so moved to do so.
Awesome. I'll second that.
Yeah, I'll accept.
How about Mark, you be the alternate?
Sure, love to.
I have updated that specific, so if everybody, thank you.
Did I call a vote too quick, Chris?
No, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure you were aware that I had included the names on there
Okay.
prior to your voting.
Okay. And that passes 5-0. That comes to board member comments. Joe?
Yeah, I just want to say that good luck to the Northwest Knights and the Coleraine Cardinals in their playoff situation. I know it's been a tough year for both teams, but I really want to congratulate the staff, and I'm talking about the coaches, the athletic directors, and everybody else involved to see that their games got pretty much taken care of this year. So good luck to both teams.
Great. Thank you, Joe.
That's it.
Pam?
I also want to wish good luck to both Northwest and Coleraine, actually all the different sporting teams that will get to play postseason. No, it's been a crazy year, but we're still rooting all of you along, and I'm so glad that you're getting to play. Once again, I've seen the Northwest cross country team huffing it up Crest Road. Man, that's a tough road to come up, and it's just nice to know that they're out there and they're running, and you know everybody's getting to participate in their sports. Also a great job with the cohorting. I know it's not 100% ideal. But when I saw, I think it's been 2 weeks now ago, a story on the news and an area high school that I think is the one Todd's referring to, and just how many kids that and staff that they're having to quarantine, and their frustrations and wanting the governor to change how they have to do it. And I think it does. It just boils down to when you have the kids and the staff in the hallway going from class to class, it's only, a matter of time that you're going to expose more people, or at least have to quarantine every single person that you were exposed to. So I think for that, the cohorting is making a huge difference. It's keeping our kids able to be in school. So great job for everybody that's, came up with that model, and for our teachers. And we see the buses going and during the day, and the bus drivers with their masks on, even with an empty bus. So great job to everybody. And once again, everybody just continue to stay healthy. Thank you.
Thanks, Pam. Jim?
Yeah, I just kind of want to piggyback what Pam and Joe had said, that I can't be any more proud of our employees, the job they're doing, the teachers, the bus drivers, custodians, everybody doing a great job. And yeah, those are great numbers that we have. And, Todd, like you said, anything can happen, next week you could have a breakup. But I think the decision that you guys made with the cohorting is, I think it's come to fruition how I think it was a good decision. Just compared to other schools that have different ideas and having more, people having to be quarantined. But yeah, other than that, just everybody stay healthy and wear your mask and social distance and keep washing your hands.
Thanks, Jim. Matt?
Yeah, I'd like to, echo what was already said. Wishing Northwest Knights, as they travel to Chaminade Julienne up in Dayton, one of the GCL co-ed teams. Their Northwest Knights have a 3-3 record this year. Chaminade Julienne is 2-4, so should be a good game. And the Coleraine Cardinals host the Milford Eagles this Friday at home. And I'd also like to take this opportunity for any students that are watching, their parents, that we're now a month into the school year, and with the remote learning and the cohorting model, that it's new to students, it's new to us as parents, it's new to the teachers. If you're struggling as a student, or your child is struggling, reach out to your teacher, stay in contact, let them know, if you're having difficulty with due dates or assignments or understanding anything with the instruction. It's stay in contact, don't be silent, reach out, because I'm confident the teachers, they want to know so they can improve and work better. So that's all I have.
Great. Thanks, Matt. Matt, I'll jump on what you just said. In church Sunday, I had a parent come up to me and share an experience they had at Coleraine High School, where their child was struggling with some assignments, and they reached out to their principal, and it spawned this communication of their counselors and teachers, and the parent couldn't have been any happier with the outcome. And she goes, and the exciting thing is she goes, I didn't have to prod my kid to do it. They just did it on their own, because the people have been reaching out, telling them to, if you have an issue, reach out to us. So we're seeing a lot of positive situations like that. And having a daughter in high school, this model is really teaching them time management and a different level of accountability, which I think will very much prepare her for her college career coming up. So as different as it may be, there are advantages to it. So I just do that. I'll just say that. Again, good luck with the teams tomorrow. My daughter and 4 others head to Elks Hamilton for golf sectionals. So good luck to them. If you've never seen girls golf, it's an interesting group of kids. I've never seen a more professional and better sportsmanship out of athletes like girls golf. I've seen girls that just started swinging a golf club who struggle, and both teams or everybody in their group or foursome come around them and help them and encourage them. It's been amazing to watch that. So kudos to them. And then the last thing I want to say, as well as the other board members have commented on our staff, we couldn't be any more proud of you guys keeping our kids safe and keeping yourselves safe to keep our kids in school and keep them educated. As Todd has always said, our goal is to get the kids in front of our educators, because that's the best place for them. And right now, our process is working. We just pray that it keeps working as well as it has been. And Todd, thanks for rounding the troops up and driving that through with your team. We appreciate that. And that's about all that I have. Anybody else? All right. At that point, we will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
All right, there's a motion and a second. Call vote. And that motion passes 5-0. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our board meeting, and we will see you at the next meeting. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to your school that your child goes to, or to the administrative offices. Thank you so much.